Hello, I'm Nadia. Welcome to Wandernad, the YouTube channel. Bali. When you say you want to visit Bali, people will definitely go to Kuta first because that's the central, that's where everything is happening. But if you want to look for some peace and quiet, people will definitely go and check out Ubud to escape from the buzz of the city. So we just came back from there and we want to share with you guys. So here are the 5 things to know about Ubud. You will definitely first land in Denpasar if it's an international flight. So from Denpasar to Ubud will take you around an hour with pretty minimal traffic. But you know how the macet is in Bali, in Indonesia. So you gotta give some leeway for more than an hour of traveling. Okay, what we did the last time we were in Bali, we wanted to do it the right way. Walked out of the airport, got the official airport transportation, which was a booth, and then we were saying, okay, we want to go to Ubud. So the price was fixed for a minivan, which is 350,000 rupiah. But then they're like, if you take a taxi, their taxi, it's metered. Because we're thinking 350,000 is quite expensive. Took the metered taxi, plus the macet and all this blah blah blah, we ended up paying 550,000, which was 200,000 rupiah more than if it was a 350,000 fixed price minivan, and the taxi was just a sedan car. When we reached our destination, whatever appeared on the meter, we had to plus another 25% surcharge, together with, I don't know, some other things he was saying, and tip, of course. So we ended up paying that amount of money. Here is another option. You might be able to try one of the hailing apps. You might know Uber, but in Indonesia or Southeast Asia, we use Grab app. So download it, and here's a little tricky part lah. The driver might not be able or might not want to pick you up from the arrival lane because it's monopolized by the official taxi company at the airport. So one of our Grab drivers actually told us, if you say pick up from the departure lane, for instance, then they might be able to pick you up from there. If not, they might tell you to walk out a bit further from the airport for them to pick you up from there. So I guess try and communicate with your Grab driver and see what works. But yeah, one thing's for sure, you're gonna pay way cheaper than what we paid for. When people go to Ubud, it's usually to look for some peace and quiet. And for Fendi and I, the last time we were there, that was our main objective. We didn't want to do anything. So book a nice villa, book a nice hotel, and spend your time there, just chilling out. But there are also some alternatives, of course. You can go for massages, very typical, right? And you can also go for yoga classes, sign up for a cooking class, and you can just eat your way around Ubud because Ubud is such a touristy place. So they have very nice restaurants, from the mid-range ones to the expensive ones, and also down to the warung-warung are all delicious and nice. And there's so many around. You can also shop your way around Ubud. Places that sell souvenirs and even little trinkets. I cannot begin to just describe to you the things that they sell there. And some of the very famous spots, go to, of course, Ubud Art Market. There you will find all kinds of handicrafts and souvenirs for you to buy for yourself and for the people back home. If you want to go to Monkey Forest, of course, that's where you can see monkeys and maybe go out into the forest a bit and get some fresh air. You've got some cash to spare for a driver. Go to Tugalalang for the rice terrace, and we've been recommended on Instagram even. You can go to Aling Aling Waterfall. We didn't go, we'll definitely check it out the next time. But yeah, you can always, I'm sure, go for hikes outside of Ubud a bit. But if not, just stay in Ubud and just take some time to just slow down the pace of your travel in Bali. When you're booking your stay in Ubud, be pretty sure about where you're staying because most of those private luxury villas are located outside of Central because they want more calmer surroundings, I guess, nearer to the paddy fields and all that. So if you don't have transportation, you won't be able to just go out for a stroll, walk out for a stroll, unless you can maybe ride a scooter. So if you want to stay where everything is happening, for sure stay on Jalan Monkey Forest. It's a long stretch of road and everything, and I mean everything is there. Like the life of Ubud is there. And even if you're walking out at night at about maybe 10-11 o'clock, there's still some shops open. You get your bars and restaurants there as well. Okay, we stayed at Jalan Bisma. It is not as happening as Monkey Forest Road, but it's right next to it. So just walk out like 2 minutes down the hill, down the road, and you're already at Monkey Forest Road. So if you want to still live near to where everything's at, but don't want all the noise and the buzz, live on Jalan Bisma. It's not as long, where the hotels and all that is, you won't get a whole range of variety like how you would on Jalan Monkey Forest, but I think it's good enough. So maybe pick Jalan Bisma next time you're there. When you are in Ubud and you don't know how to ride a scooter like Fendi and I, you're going to be walking around a lot. Unless you want to go out of Ubud a bit, then you might need to get a taxi. But here are some of the very most common ways how people get around is, of course, rent a scooter. They go for really cheap. We don't know how much because we've never inquired, but you know the deal lah. Just go to your hotel reception or the shop outside, then you'd be able to rent a scooter for maybe half a day, for a whole day, and you'd get to ride around and explore. Other than that, in Ubud itself, it's pretty hard to get a Grab. We tried, trust me, we tried. And there's also the Bluebird taxi app. That one also is almost impossible. There are taxis, but these are taxis of those people that would stand by the roadside. You know, the drivers would go, taxi, taxi, those. But be very careful because they most likely don't even want to use meter, and they just set a price to whatever destination that you're heading at. So Fendi and I didn't even try any of those taxis when we were in Ubud because we know that the prices were going to be crazy. So one other option is to just walk around, or if you're staying at a good enough hotel, usually they would provide shuttle services from the hotel to the central part of town, like maybe the art market. So make full use of that. I was looking forward to, you know, bicycle around or cycle around Ubud, but somehow I didn't see a lot of bicycle rental shops. I don't know if people just don't ride bicycles anymore, but you can try asking. But when I tried looking around, there weren't too many. So the food in Ubud, you can expect that they've got a really good range of things for you to choose from because it's very touristy, like I said before. If you're going for the cheaper range, then of course there are the typical Indonesian warungs, right? You can get your nasi padang or whatever from there. Then even at mid-range restaurants, so when I say mid-range, imagine the typical nice looking restaurants with English menus, but they're not like high-end, right? They're not like super classy. You can still wear flip-flops and like a singlet and go there and eat, but even those are quite expensive. When Fendi and I ate there for 2 people for dinner, it actually went up to about 300 plus thousand rupiah, which is around 100 ringgit. But then there are also those very fine dining type, because I think people go to Ubud for like maybe honeymoon or their wedding anniversary. They want very romantic dinner, and they've got those like Italian places, and those would really be quite expensive, but I'm sure the experience is magnifique. If you're going to be looking for halal food, then we found this place called Halal Ubud Burger. But yeah, you've got to be eating burger lah, but it's really nice and pretty easy to find. Where we live was Jalan Bisma. Right down the road, we turn right. Next to the school is like a little nice burger shack, and that's where you'd find Halal Ubud Burgers. But also, yeah, a fair warning, you already know this, in Bali, most of them are actually Hindu, so they don't have a lot of beef, but instead they eat a lot of pork. So be pretty careful with what you order there. Even if on the menu it doesn't say that it's like pork or whatever, but be careful because it might be laced with lard, it might be cooked with lard and whatever. So one very easy option, we always recommend this to people who want to go for halal food, go for vegan, man. Yeah. So Fendi and I have discussed this. If we were ever to move to Bali, we both agreed that we would stay in Ubud because it's just so calm there. It's so nice. We love it. And from our previous trip to Ubud, I just wish we had more time to just wander the streets, because we actually went from one end of Monkey Forest Road to the other end where you actually reach the forest, and went back one round into Jalan Bisma. If you go there next time, you would know how long that road is. I cannot praise Ubud more. It's one of my favorite places to go in Bali. So when you go to Bali, yes, you want the beach, but definitely check out Ubud as well. So we hope you've learned something from this video. Till we see you again, safe travel!